Hey, what's going on, guys? Indy with Ultimate Tour Reviews here. Today we're taking a look at the Joyalens. This is a digital 2000x zoom microscope. It takes me back to being a kid, playing with a microscope. Really, really cool tool to have one if you don't have one or ever used one before, especially with a digital one. As you can see, I've got a nice 7-inch screen here. This thing is absolutely a joy to work with here, kind of pun intended there. Once you get it in the box, very easy to assemble. They give you a whole assembly guide right in the box. Everything goes together pretty easily. Nothing really is too complicated here. It does seem a little complicated from how it looks, but it's rather simple to really set up here. The only complicated thing I would say that's the hardest thing to do is being able to research all of the different lenses and knowing how to use them. They give you, of course, each a different focus length or focus distance, as well as a specific type of zoom range. So make sure you kind of read up on the manual. That's going to be on page 7 of the manual. There is where you get the lenses, or page 8 there is where you get the lenses here. So it tells you how to use each lens and how much distance you need to have between the lenses. And of course, they do include a couple of samples for you to check out underneath the microscope here. So we've got a couple of these compounds here. I've also got a epidural of the onion, which is very cool to see. Honeybee worker leg there. And we also have a honeybee wing. So you get some really cool stuff here to kind of start working with a microscope, which is awesome. Also on the back here, we have a HDMI output, and then we also have a SD card, so you can take snapshots whenever you want, or whatever you're looking for, and bam, you can take a snapshot just like that. There also is a 3x digital zoom, which is very cool, so you can zoom a bit more into things. As you can see here, I've got a sample on there. And this thing is actually pretty hard to see with the other lenses. I had to change around and figure out which lens worked the best for this one, but the highest magnification, lens D, worked absolutely phenomenal here. There also is a remote if you want to be able to control this thing without bumping anything, which is kind of a cool addition there. I didn't really think about that. I pulled it out of the box, I'm like, a remote, what do I use a remote for? I'm standing right here. But when you see just how far you are zoomed in, I mean, the slightest taps really make a big difference on here. It's very noticeable right away. So a remote actually does make sense here. We also do have a power supply, just USB here, and then this also controls our power to everything. And then also we have a light here too, and that's going to be your light in this little base, which is awesome to have. You can then also take the light in that base, which is right here, unplug that, and you can plug it right in the back of here. The lights here on your side, so you can use a microscope for a bit larger objects that are not on the sample plates. All right, so let's check out some samples here. We got sent with, I think, 5 different samples. Let's check them all out here. This is going to be the pine stem sample here, and we are pretty well zoomed in here. Very colorful to see this thing. Lots of the purples and blues in there, and let's make sure I'm focused here. Yeah, there we go. Now I can zoom in out to a 3x optical zoom to get even more detail, which is just amazing here. I gotta adjust my focus just a hair there. There we go. The screen on this thing is absolutely amazing. Very vivid and bright colors on the screen. For the price of this thing, this is just an absolute value. My only complaint, though, is the power cable that runs into this here. I wish there was a way to, I guess you could connect it into one of these here just to stop it from moving around, because it does have quite a bit of push on the actual stand here. That's the only kind of downside to it. Let's check out the next one. We have a epidermis of onion, or a bit of the onion skin there. Let's check that one out. All right, there we go. Such a cool thing to have a little microscope like this to be able to zoom in super far and really see that minute detail that's really hard to see. We're currently in the 3x zoom here, so I can come out and I'll show you what it looks like just in the native lens only zoom here. There we go. That's going to be your native zoom with no digital magnification. All right, this is going to be Musca domestica compound eye loading. I'm not actually sure what this is, but under the microscope, this thing looks pretty wild. I'm not sure if this is like a bug or something, but very interesting here. Check out all the detail there that we can see. And then I'm guessing this is like some type of tail here. I've never seen a bug like this before, but This is pretty interesting to be able to see this. And I mean, look at just like the specks of dirt here. You can see it's really cool how far you can actually zoom in here. Here's that honeybee worker leg, and that is the composite. Let's get zoomed into here. All right, there we go. We can see all those little hairs on there. We come around here, the joint there, and all the way here. All right. Very cool here. And of course, you can buy microscopes that have a ton more zoom and more powerful capabilities, but for the price of this thing, it is pretty hard to beat just how kind of fun this thing is. I caught my father-in-law out here already playing with this thing, and he's already checking out a bunch of different stuff, and I've already checked out a few different things. I'm like, I wonder what that looks like under a microscope. So it's been pretty fun just trying to check out everything on a microscope and really see what everything looks like really small here. This is the honeybee wing here, so very tiny. Let's get some more magnification on that zoom here. I'm going to pull that zoom in all the way to a 3x digital zoom here. And look at that detail. That is pretty cool. That's something you can see almost in a textbook there. Alrighty, guys. Well, thanks for Joyalens sending this out to me. Definitely going to be using this thing here in the garage quite a bit. Very cool little microscope here. Lots of great features, too. I think they can connect it to a larger TV, which I will be doing here in the future. Absolutely amazing to be able to connect this to something else like a TV, as well as being able to take photos. You can, if you're looking at something, snap a photo of it on your SD card here. SD card is right on the top as well, too. The addition of, having a bunch of different lights on here, different lenses. This thing is pretty cool and pretty unique. So definitely really happy with this thing. Can't wait to keep trying this thing out, and we've been having a lot of fun with this thing so far. So guys, thanks for watching. Take care. Have a great day, and stay safe out there.